Welcome to a new Minecraft video. Today I'm showing my old longish term creative world. Yeah, it's not really long term, but you know, I still played this world for like at least 4 years, and I'm playing Minecraft since 7 years, so it's still more than half the time I've played Minecraft I'm playing on this particular world. The thing is, this wasn't meant to be a long-term thing. Literally, this world was meant to be a test world for the Minecraft Transit Railway mod that here in the background literally is playing. But you know, sometimes the things get weird and you keep on playing on the same literal flat world for over 4 years. I don't know the exact date when I created this world, sadly, and there's no way to check because most of the things already are gone or reset or whatever, so I can't even check the advancements on that. So yeah, I do have some dated relics that date back to early 2022, and yeah, maybe I should show around a bit. Best I do that while taking a line. Let's take which line is this one, the one to Lelocle, which departs in a few here it arrives. The S1 was the first line I've ever built. To be fair, it doesn't go the original route for most of the part, and it has been extended massively in the last years. The line that still follows most of it on the normal road, and while it has had a few, quite a few adjustments, I'd still say is pretty original is the S2, which used to go to only Hasle but now goes to Ruhr. This one, the S1, by the way, used to make a circle stopping in Burgdorf as last stop before Bern, but now Burgdorf is the first stop after Bern. So yeah, the S1 pretty much changed. Also here, this train station of Büren an der Aare also used to look different, but it's now underground for practical reasons. Well, and that also for quite a long time. Yeah, well, the world is just quite old already, and unfortunately, just like in real life, I didn't think too much about preservation, so most of the stuff isn't preserved. The train station of Bern you saw at the beginning. To be fair, it's now is from like 2023, so it is 3 years old. But it's not the original train station of Bern. I do have some screenshots of the old train station of Bern, but the screenshots, they are just somewhere on my PC. I moved that world multiple times because, you know, I love reinstalling operating systems, sometimes installing Linux. Currently I'm back on Windows, but I can assure you at some point I will be back on Linux again if I'm bored. And yeah, that's just a cycle. I'm just sometimes bored and reinstall operating systems. Currently I have the problem that I store still the stuff on the hard disk because storage management, it's just not possible otherwise. But I'm trying to clean up my storage management so I can easier distro hop, operating system hop, etc. But for the moment, it's like this. Anyway, I should talk about the world. Yeah, the S1 also used to be on several times a circle line, meaning it changes direction. But at some point I decided that circle lines aren't just any good. So instead it's now a radial line, meaning ban is the core station, and from the core station it goes in one direction. I do have one diameter line, technically, although the end station of that line is just 2 stations after ban. It used to be way bigger, but I had to split it because it was way too long otherwise. Yeah, that's now Le Locle. By the way, even though the trains are named after Swiss places, and I try to be geographically accurate as possible, it's not really possible. By the way, this route I'm now taking takes parts of the old line of the S1 before I splitted it, but it also changes a lot for the new part. And that's Neuchâtel. It seems like I disabled the text-to-speech for this station. But yeah, okay. Oh, never mind. And yeah, I'm really proud of this of this world because it has such a big grid system. As I said, it does have 6 radial lines and 1 diameter line, but it also has quite a lot of connection lines around train station of Ban that are just as important. Train station of Bern, Bern HB, inspired by Zürich HB, Zürich main station, is quite kind of the main hub in this world. From there, the S trains come, which connect to other major cities in Switzerland, and okay, except Le Locle is not really major, Neuchâtel is bigger, but it usually goes to a major city, and from these major city there are regional lines that lead to any other cities in Switzerland. I can show the tactile map later, and yeah, it's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, the problem is it's not really scenic because it's literally all a flat world. I at first imagined making a, underground, but decided that nah, it would be too annoying to make an underground. So instead, except of this line, the M1, most of the parts are actually overground. I also installed a bunch of resource packs that should make it feel more Swiss. Unfortunately, I used to have a Swiss train pack, which sadly didn't have many Swiss trains, but it did have a few Swiss trains, but that resource pack somehow broke for me. And so currently, for the time being, I'm using a German stock of trains from the Deutsche Bahn and the Österreichische Bundesbahn. I also have a Eurostar and a TGV, but those are particular to specific lines and they fit for that line in particular. So yeah, I'm currently taking the M1 back to Baden because in Baden I want to show the S2, which I'd still say is the closest to the original, even though that even there most of the train stations from the original changed. Like, at some point I just rebuilt all train stations at the around Baden, which, to be fair, those are now older than the original station were in the sense of how long I used them. But yeah, it's still a point. So now taking the only underground train, which even that one isn't fully underground. You can see how many lines stop in Bern main station because, well, yeah, it's main station. Other cities are also kind of main hubs, but Bern really is the first hub and thus naturally also the main hub. Yeah, we are back here. And now I want to take the train to Chur, actually. Chur is a relatively new addition to the train network. Well, it is really new. Because, well, Chur itself not. But the fact that the S2 goes to Chur is very new. Also, one problem with this world, because of the mod being badly optimized, I feel like it's really laggy. Maybe because of, how many tracks I use. Every train line is completed own track from the beginning to the end. So this obviously isn't really resource efficient. I think the only the only exception to this rule is this part we just went through, where I tested whether it's functioning if I group two lines onto one rail. And obviously it worked. I used to do that more often, but the problem was it started jamming a lot, so I had to quit that. That's Langnau. Langnau is another example of a revamped train that is now really train station that is really old. I still remember the old train station, but yeah, it's the new one. I wanted to go here to Schupfheim. Schupfheim is another one of the classical old train stations that even has the old one. Schupfheim used to be a line that goes like... Schupfheim used to have 2 train stations because the S2 also used to be a ring line that went here into Hasle and Giswil, and then in Giswil later on it took that turn Lungen, Hasliberg, Eritz, and then back to Schupfheim via this south station. So it used to have 2 stations, and now it only has 1 because I stopped using all circle lines because they are just annoying. But it's okay, it's in an ender chest, so I could have accessed it from everywhere. But in the ender chest, there is one relic I found that is especially ancient. You know, I searched for examples of how old this world is. Here, this image is from, it was an idea for that I used the tracks in Swiss styles. So I used this mod for that. And that's from the 20th September 2022. I even found older records, not inside the game, but outside the game. Like, I found a note from school. I went out of school in June 2022. No, actually, August 2022. No, July, sorry. And in that note, no, actually it was June technically. Well, it was July already. And in that note, I wrote the name Liber, what it could mean. And Liber is the organization, the train organization. Oh, I think this image is also interesting because this here is the old train station of Bern. This was an promotional image of how I tear down this train station here and replace it with a new one. As you can see, it's from October 2023. So the world was at this point already a year old. Oh, the track 1 picture is now gone here. But don't worry, the pictures are saved in a particular way, so it won't affect it. It's not gone. Yeah. Okay, it's now under 1 station name. Because that used to be 2 stations, Schupfheim Nord, here and Schupfheim Süd. Oh yeah, I forgot that I turned off the strength. But I also turned off that these should spawn. So weird that this one spawns anyway. Weird. Either way, yeah, I'm trying to do the best to try to make it at least more pleasant. But the world is so big, it goes to London and to... Okay, that's just a random town in Italy. But yeah, well, in northern Italy. But yeah, it is quite big and the scale doesn't work at all. Like, yeah, it's a weird scale here. Like, stands never should be this close to Landquart. Those two places are quite far apart, but still, they are next to each other in my world here. And yeah, these are some of the weird decisions I had to think. And with expanding it, yeah, the world just gets laggier and laggier. And laggier, so yeah. Maybe I could add Stuttgart onto this part of the world. By the way, this is a former world border, and this is the current world border. The world border used to be smaller and smaller, but then I expanded it and expanded it. Like the original world border was only to like well, it was literally only... Actually, it was just one station away from where we are now, so... Dang, I just missed the train. Well, guess we are flying. Yeah, the original world border. I think it literally could cut through this village here, called Hasla. So yeah, that's one thing. And then I kept extending it like a madman, and now it's over here. And Austria is inside the world borders. And yeah. By the way, not all of these cities are actually connected by currently. Like, I think here in Switzerland, most of the villages here are connected, but outside, not all named villages are currently connected. Like, most of them are planned to be connected in the future, but are not yet connected. Well, yeah, maybe I should show the tactile map. Yeah, this is the current tactile map of my world. This one is this line here currently from Imst to Bozen. Imst is in Austria, Bozen in South Tyrol. It is meant to be extended to at least Milano and maybe to Lyon, but maybe I split the train so it's not that long. But yeah, that's the current project that I'm sometimes playing with. Sometimes I'm just extending on current stations, or sometimes I'm just driving around some of my trains, and sometimes I'm trying to figure out how to reduce the lag. As I said, I used to have Swiss trains, but the resource pack doesn't work. In case anyone here is watching that is making resource packs, I have here a couple of trains I would love if they would add in this mod or as a resource pack, because I don't know how to make a resource pack. Well, the RE460, well, it is already in a resource pack. It's the only that is already in a resource pack, but maybe in a separate resource pack it could work as well. Then maybe the ER-Dosto would be a interesting train to add. The Giruno would surely be interesting. Of course, the train that shouldn't be forgotten. I'd say it's like, for us Gen Z, the most iconic train of Switzerland, the IC2000. Like, they were built between 1992 and 2004. And I was born in 2005. So literally, I grew up with those in use for a while. And they are just really reliable. Some train routes still use these and they are just iconic. If I think of Swiss trains, the IC2000 and, well, the RE460 are those two trains I think the first. Another train that maybe would be cool is the infamous FV Dosto. Infamous because it's famous for being so shaky and just not pleasant. I personally don't mind it, but yeah, some people don't like it. One train I would love is the Churchill Arrow. That's also a pretty cool train. Then I also have a suggestion for two RHB trains. That would be the Capricorn and the GE44613. That one doesn't have a name to go by. And another trains I unfortunately don't have a quartet of. But another train I would love to have added would be the... To be fair, it would just be a retexture because I'm pretty sure this train exists already in a world. That's like the Mutz and the Flirt. No, the Mutz and the Mika. Those are called, from the BLS. Although many other railways have the exact same stock, just with another name. So yeah, that's surely a thing. Yeah, what can I else say about my Minecraft world other than I'm really proud of it and its age, and really that's the world I played the most. Maybe I can say why I started playing it. Actually, I wanted to try a train mod for my survival world, which unfortunately my survival world is like, it's broken. The survival world sadly is corrupted or something. I just can't open it. It's just too big. It was like 1 gigabyte big. I tried to recover it multiple times, but unfortunately I can't recover it. But yeah, I wanted to add this mod into my survival world, so I started this being a spin-off of my survival world, basically a separate world to test out this mod. And now this mod is my main world for quite some time. I must say I've always preferred creative over survival. I can show at some point some of my other creative worlds I used to play in the back in the days. Well, back in the days relatively, as I only started playing Minecraft in 2019, because before I was like, nope, that's popular, I don't play what's popular, and then someone got me to play it, and I must say, dang, I really love that game, and since then I fell in love with that, yeah. But yeah, I remember Minecraft quite at the first wave of popularity. I was like, nah, that's not my kind of game, because I only knew basically of the survival mode. I only knew Minecraft was about killing zombies, etc. Which, no. Back then I was only 7 or so. But already then I thought, nah, that's not what I like. And it's popular, so it has to be bad. Then Fortnite was popular, and yeah, then I started getting into Minecraft. Because, yeah, of course. So either way, yeah, I'm really glad I'm now playing Minecraft as one of my favorite games, or actually as my favorite game. So yeah, I guess with that being said, I'm probably now ending this video. Thanks for watching, and see you another time. Goodbye.